sports all plays. Yeah. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Let me figure out why. Why do we look like that?
How's it going, Glenn? You gotta be pretty happy today. Glenn's happy pretty much every day, isn't it?
I think that might have fixed it. There we go. Oh no. I don't know why it came up in that layout like it did. It was on part of the screen, but got to figure it out. But, welcome to Easy Money Sports Betting Show, Monday, April 15th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going great.
Excuse me. Hey, how's it going, Glenn?
I said he's happy.
I do usually be happy with Chase getting the win.
Okay, Glenn, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What's your predictions for the Pacers in Milwaukee? What do you think, Chris?
I think Pacers. I think Pacers are going to beat them. I think Pacers have a good chance to beat them in the series. Pacers have played well against the Bucks this season. You don't know how Giannis is going to be either, coming off with that calf issue. I mean, hell, the Bucks had a better record when they had their old coach.
Oh yeah, by
old
far.
coach. They've been like 500 or a little bit below since they've got Rivers. Pacers have been playing pretty well here the last part of the season as well.
Yep.
Hopefully Halliburton can get going a little bit. I think I think he's a little bit too looks to pass a little too much. But no, I think I'm gonna say Pacers, and I'm gonna say 6. Because Milwaukee'd have the home court advantage, wouldn't they? So we don't want to play Game 7 in Milwaukee. So I'm going to say 6.
So the first round is still 7-game series, correct?
Oh, I think so. Maybe I can't remember. I think they're all. They change it so often. I can't remember. if they're some of them are 5.
Lynn can't help but take shots at Hamlin.
That's his favorite. Well, I figured Glenn was going to be having a Denny Hamlin shirt made pretty soon. He'll have one of them shirts, have Chase Elliott on one side and Denny Hamlin on the other. His two favorite guys. I do you as happy. I told Dad, I said they're getting ready to start. They're in overtime, getting ready to do green white checker, and Elliott's up front. And when he was able to get out, once he got out front after that first half lap or whatever, I didn't think he was going to be able to catch him, and then he spun out. And Glenn once the white flag comes out, it don't matter. Then it don't go to. I mean, the race is over, right? Because like that wreck happened after the white flag already came out. So even though it went to caution,
the white flag. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, hey Damien.
Hey Damien.
Damien says Pacers going to sweep them. Hey, I'd be all right with that.
Would be too.
You wouldn't hear no complaints from me if we got a sweep. If we'd won the game on Friday against Cleveland, we'd been sitting with even a better seed. Hell, they scored like 157 points yesterday. Pacers did.
Yeah, they did, man. They went crazy.
And then the Knicks beat the Bulls in overtime, or we would have been playing the Knicks instead of the Bucks.
No, you may know, I don't follow the NBA as much as you do. The playing games, is it just one game? Or is it a series?
It's one game, but you have your, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. The winner of the 9 and 10, the winner of the 7 and 8 game
Plays the winner of the 9
goes
and
in.
10. Okay.
Goes in. The loser of that game plays the winner of the other one.
Okay.
To get for the last spot.
So the Lakers and the Pelicans have 2 shots. I believe they're 7 and 8. I think.
Yeah. First, yeah.
So if the Pelicans lose, or the Lakers lose, they'll play the winner of the 9 and 10 game, which I think Golden State and somebody, I can't remember the other one.
I think that starts tomorrow. Yeah, the playing starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Yes, I saw you had posted that about Briscoe got you a bunch of points.
I haven't heard that about Rhea Ripley.
What?
He's saying she vacated the title due to injury.
Oh, I hadn't heard that either. Oh, I see some. I guess I see some guys right here that posted about it in the group chat. So,
I just see here it says Rhea Ripley may be forced to vacate championship title after sustaining an injury.
huh.
Wonder if it happened at a house show.
Maybe. Yeah, he says just trending on Twitter. Yeah, I hadn't been on there, so I hadn't seen it yet. Saying right here that Mike Johnson of PWI Insider
He's pretty good.
is reporting that, according to multiple sources, Rhea Ripley was injured during the April 8th, 2024 edition of WWE Raw.
That's when
from her backstage brawl with Liv Morgan. It says Johnson noted the following about the situation. It's heard that the issue PWIinsider.com has heard that the issue is severe enough that the talk internally is that Ripley may be forced to vacate her championship, possibly as soon as tonight's episode of Raw. This is a breaking story and may be updated as necessary. Rhea was scheduled to address the attack on tonight's Raw. So yeah,
I wonder if it's a head injury because she threw a chair at her head. So head injury would be severe enough that.
Yeah, but I mean, with the head injury, a lot of times, like if it was a concussion, you could be good in a couple weeks. So I wouldn't see him having to worry about vacating the title.
If it's just a month or two, they held that out with Seth Rollins. I mean,
that's what makes you. That's what makes you think it's something
severe,
bad. If
well, we'll see. I'll be watching Raw tonight. We'll see what happens.
Drafts tonight, isn't it, Glenn?
I think the draft party is not in it.
I think drafts for I think pretty sure WNBA drafts tonight.
I wonder if they're going to let Glenn make a pick.
I think they should.
Yeah, Glenn. I think you should be making that pick.
Glenn probably get up there and not pick Caitlin Clark.
He'd get assassinated.
Glenn get up there and pick Angel Reese or somebody, and
Glenn wouldn't be allowed back in the building.
Everybody at the draft party be ready to choke him.
He'd be assassinated. I'm telling you. They didn't get Caitlin Clark. It'd be woo.
Oh yeah, if they were to draft anybody besides Caitlin Clark tonight, people would go crazy. She's gonna be on McAfee on Wednesday.
I know you don't know a lot about this, but I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. Been going on today here in Indiana. Some of these people yelling and screaming about pro wrestling's not for everybody. We do a lot of independent shows. There are wrestlers that aren't as trained as well as other pro wrestlers. Do I think some wrestlers do need to get better training? Yeah, probably. What's your feelings on
that? I think it'd be worse than that, Glenn. I think it'd be worse. I think it'd even be worse than when the Pacers took Reggie instead of Alfred.
Oh, them fans were crying.
Oh, they were mad. They were booing. They were pissed. Then Reggie ended up being one of the.
And Alfred didn't do anything.
Yeah, and Reggie ended up being a big favorite here today.
Don't get me wrong.
But at first, people hated it.
I loved Alfred. He just wasn't big enough to play in the pros.
So what they mean that I don't understand what they mean by it's not for everybody. That
I think
they feel like people are in the business that shouldn't be.
Yeah, like they're not properly trained and things, and I understand that. But Chris, there's some of these guys out here doing that don't make a lot of money. They're working shoot jobs and they don't make a lot of money. Some of them can't afford to go to a wrestling school. So some of them are going to shows, learning on shows, also learning on training when they can find a ring. I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as they're put in situations to succeed. If they're put in situations where they can't succeed, then there may be an issue, but that may be on the promoter more than the talent.
Yeah. There's guys that are probably put in there to perform on shows maybe too soon before they're ready to. But I think that's on the promoter. That's not on them. Hey, I don't care who you are. If you're been working at it some and you get an opportunity, you're going to try to take advantage of the opportunity. So I think it's more on the promoters to, like you said, put the guys in situations where they need to, where they can succeed where they need to be. And if you have a young guy, don't throw him out on the show until he's ready. Yeah. But I mean, I can make the same argument. You want to say pro wrestling is not for everybody, and there's people that don't belong. Well, you can say that about the whole independent wrestling industry. Ain't none of these guys on the independent hardly any of these guys on independents, big stars making a whole lot of money. So you can say, hey, all we need is what wrestling that's on TV and stuff. I don't believe that.
No,
Independents are fun to watch, and a lot of these guys we're going to see on TV. But
hopefully.
I mean, you can say that in any business that there's people that don't belong. But I just think,
just like in pro wrestling.
But my thing is,
there's
them
different
people,
levels.
yeah, if they're used right by the promoter, them guys aren't hurting these guys that have the experience, because if it's used right, they shouldn't be going against each other.
No. And like you said, how hard is it to find guys with experience that are trained when you've got, there's times, Chris, there's 5, 6, 7 shows just in Indiana on the same day. Now you're telling me that there are people that are really, really well trained, that many guys to
Well,
go
see,
around?
that would be my argument. If you wanted to make an argument that there's people, if you want to make an argument that wrestling's not for everyone, and that there's wrestlers that shouldn't be participating because they're not trained enough yet, okay, you can make that argument. But my argument to counter that would be there's way too many promotions. I mean, it's just like here in Indiana, you got like maybe 20 different promotions, and probably more than that. It's just ones I can think of kind of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Well, let's say we went down and those were condensed, and you had 10 promotions throughout the state. Now you don't. It's not as thin. You can use more. You can use less wrestlers. You know what I mean? It's not. You're not doing that. But then it comes down to, well, if you wrestle for me, you can't wrestle for that guy. And then, if you wrestle for this company, you can't. And
or if that guy's on your show, I'm not going to wrestle there.
So,
bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, Chris, if there's less
promotions, so much politics in it.
These guys talk about, well, they talk about the talent. Well, if there's less promotions, there's going to be less work, because I'll tell you what, some of these guys that are trained, they don't care what show they work on. For the most, I mean, if they're going to get paid, their quote, they're going to go work that show. I mean, I'm just being honest, and we got a lot of these guys that are going, a lot of these young guys are trying to pay their dues to a certain degree. They're going to work in these shows. They may do a battle royal. They're not going to pay nothing. And they may be new to the business, but they're working a battle royal. They're not working against Michael Elgin, who may be on an independent show. They're not at that level yet, so they're not putting them in there. There's different ways to look at it. I think pro wrestling's for everybody. I think as long as they're used right. I mean, me and you out here doing commentating. Are we professionals? No. Are we good enough to be on Ring of Honor? No. But we're doing our thing, and people appreciate it. So do we belong or do we not belong? So I don't know.
Well, I'll look at it. If there's a promoter or somebody that asks you to be involved and they're comfortable with you being on their show, because to me that's their responsibility.
Hey, there's some promoters out there that I don't know if they have any business running the show. I mean, they're basically marks for the business, and they're doing it because they want to put themselves out on the show. But by the same token, that guy's spending his money. He's renting the venue. He's bringing in wrestlers. So who am I to tell him he shouldn't be doing it? And don't get me wrong, I'm not a professional wrestler. Never have. I'm a fan. Been a fan for 50 years.
Damien says YouTubers in Hollywood shouldn't wrestle. In my opinion, it was cool in the old school days, but now it's getting overrated.
I disagree. If the guy can do the work and put in the work, right now, how many guys are really better than Logan Paul? I'd take, and that is going to piss off a lot of people. I'd take Logan Paul over 3/4 of AEW's roster, because he's a total package. And I seen an interview with Cody on Logan Paul's show, and talking about some of the old school guys and their beliefs. And he said, I understand that about telling stories and paying your dues and all this stuff, and you need to tell stories. But to say that great moves don't belong, it can all work together. He said, there's nothing wrong with doing moves. He said, don't get me wrong, you need to be telling stories and stuff. I believe in that, but I don't see anything wrong with doing moves and either, So he's kind of, because he's in the middle of that. He's oh, yeah, it is. I disagree with the fake. I agree with the scripted. I don't think wrestling's fake.
Just another word for people trying to say it's scripted, but yeah,
but no doubt it's scripted.
But I hear people say, "Oh, I don't know how you watch wrestling because it's fake." Or well, you think when you watch a movie on these movies on TV, they're real? What? Watch a guy grab a fucking missile on ice and push it at somebody. Oh, that's real.
Watch Bruce Willis and one of the diehards on top of a
doing
on top of a plane, laying on top of a plane, flying through the air and knocking out bridges and shit. And that's entertainment, and I love it. But come on,
but that just kills me when people say that, because it's like everything you watch on TV besides live sports, it's all scripted and
like I said, it's a male
pro wrestling
opera.
is just another form of entertainment.
Yes, and anymore, it's a cheaper entertainment. At least on the independent scene, I can go to an independent show and pay $10, have a great seat, have a great experience. How much is a movie? Can go for a movie for $10.
Oh no!
And the concessions are a hell of a lot cheaper. Bag of popcorn is $8-9 at the damn movie theater. I can get a bag of popcorn at the concession stand for $1.
Might be 3-day-old popcorn.
Well, might be, but I ain't saying it's going to be the best popcorn. Some popcorn's really good. Some popcorn's not really good. Might get a 3-day-old hot dog too, but
might get a pop that's.
Yeah, you might get a warm pop.
You might get a can of pop that
it was put in the cooler 5 minutes ago. I haven't had that happen at the concession stand. Had some do real good though too.
Yeah, you have some that are colder than fuck.
Oh,
but then you have other ones that's like, really?
Well, when I went to get Marcus a water at the last show, they had water in the cooler. She hands me a water out of the damn. I said, "Can I have a cold one?" Oh, okay. What the hell?
Maybe she thought you didn't like cold water.
Well, Marcus said it'd been all right. I had ice, but I didn't know. But yeah, to me, guys, lighten up, man. Wrestling's for everybody. Everybody have a good time. Don't take it so serious. I know for some people it's their business and it's their livelihood. I know some promoters out there that's all they do. And I understand they take it serious. And they can book whoever they want to book, and they can take it as serious as they want to do. But there's different levels for everybody. And do I think some wrestlers need more training? Sure, they do.
And different promotions are different too. Not every promotion is ran the same. Not every promotion necessarily maybe tries to book the top guys.
Yep.
I mean, it just everybody's different. I mean, to me, that's one thing that makes wrestling great is that things are different.
We go to promotions that have 50 people there, and the promoter seems happy with that. We go to promotion and have 250 people there. We go to promotion and have 400 people there. There's all kinds of different levels of wrestling, and there's something for everybody. And as long as the fans are happy with it when they pay the ticket, and the promoter's happy with it, and the wrestlers are happy with it, I don't know why one promoter is upset with if they're not booking those wrestlers. What's the issue?
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, how'd you do on your picks on Friday?
5-3.
I went 8-5.
Well, you did a lot of picks. You did good on the UFC.
I went 1-2 in NBA. Didn't have a good day in NBA. 2-0 in NHL. 1-2 in baseball, which I've been doing pretty good in baseball. I was a little off day, but then I went 4-1 on the main card of UFC 300. Yeah, I don't know why people would be mad. Or people are mad about that. So I went 8-5. That puts me at 276 and 252 on the year. Today's games, there is no NBA playing tournament for the playoffs starts tomorrow. I think the actual playoffs start on Saturday, if I remember correctly.
NHL's getting pretty close to the playoffs too, ain't they?
Yeah. But for Major League Baseball, I'm going to go with the Minnesota. Or first game I'm going to go with is the Baltimore Orioles on the money line at home against the Minnesota Twins. The Orioles are minus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is 9 runs. Then I'm going to go with the Texas Rangers on the road at the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to take the Rangers at the plus 1.5. Then we'll take the New York Yankees. New York Yankees on the road at the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm taking the Yankees on the money line at the minus 104. Over under for that game is 8.5 runs. Then we'll take the Cincinnati Reds at the plus 1.5 on the road at the Seattle Mariners. I think the Reds will win this game outright. You can get them at plus 130 on the money line.
It's a late game.
Yeah, don't start till 9:43.
Yeah, 9:43.
Yeah, I don't know why they come up with weird ass times. Why couldn't you just make it 9:45
or 9:30 or 10
or 10? Yeah, but 43. I mean, at least go to 45.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Or 9:50 would be better than 9:43.
I seen a game the other day. It started at 1:11.
Yeah. You see a lot of them that are like 11, like 7-11, and but the Reds, I think I have a good chance to win this game on the money line. Reds will have Montas on the mound. He's been pitching well so far this season. You have Kirby on the mound for the Mariners, but I'm gonna take him at the plus 1.5. But like I said, get him at plus 130 on the money line, which I think is good odds. That's gonna be my baseball picks.
Okay, my baseball picks for tonight. I'm taking Baltimore money line at home against Minnesota. I'm taking Tampa Bay money line at home against the Angels. I'm taking the Yankees on the road money line at Toronto, and I'm taking Kansas City money line on the road at the White Sox. Those are my baseball picks.
All right, and then the NHL tonight, I'm going with the Lightning on the money line at home against the Sabres. The Penguins on the money line at home against the Predators. I'm going to take the Bruins on the money line on the road at the Capitals.
Okay.
Now, I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I know just listening to the guys, some of the guys talking about it on the radio, or well, not necessarily the radio, but some of the other shows and stuff. Seems like these playoffs, because last year's NHL playoffs was real good, but it seems like a lot of people think this year's playoffs could be even better, especially the first round of the playoffs. They say some of the matchups.
Vegas is going to have a real tough matchup.
Yeah, they said it could be the first round should be crazy this year. That PK, was it Subban or Subban or whatever?
Yep.
He was talking about it, and I've heard a couple other guys talk about it too.
I'll talk about that in a second. I'll give my picks real quick, and then I'll tell you what I heard him say. I have Boston money line on the road against Washington. I have Tampa Bay money line at home against the Sabres, and then I have the Rangers at home money line against the Senators. That's my NHL picks. He talked about Subban talked about. And I didn't realize this, even though I am a Vegas fan. I guess they last year did this. They make trades, get players on their team, and sometimes they'll take players and put them on the injured list. And then when it gets about playoff time, they make changes for playoffs, and then they have a rested team and a stacked team. And so they've done the same thing this year. And he says, I know Vegas don't have the record they had last year. He said, but don't be shocked if Vegas don't win it again this year.
So, in hockey, is being healthy at the right time is the big. I heard him talk about how being healthy toward the end of the year is the biggest, one of the most important things. I'll tell you why I love it when he's on McAfee show. He's good.
Oh yeah, he is really, really good. Yeah, Damon, he's saying why they're mad at him. They're kind of mad at Taker because he inducted Ali in, and Ali refused to go to war. Oh, that's 50 years ago, isn't it, Chris? Probably. That was in 68, 69, 70.
Yeah, probably more than 50.
Yeah, probably about 55, maybe even more. People need to get over that shit. I mean, he had his beliefs. He paid the price. He get the box for 4 or 5 years in his prime. Guy had a right to do, and plus he didn't run away to Canada either, like some people did. He stayed here and had his beliefs. I'm not saying he was right. I'm not saying that, but I also feel like he was punished for it. So I don't have an issue with it. And the Vietnam War was very controversial. Very controversial. I don't know if we should have been there or not either. But it is what it is.
Are the Bucks in trouble?
Well, Indiana went 3-1 against them this year.
I thought game 1 was going to be on Saturday. Okay, it's not until Sunday.
Oh, okay. For Pacers.
Yeah.
Real quick, the Reds had a real good. Of course, it was the White Sox, right? So that's some struggling. But we had a good. Reds got a sweep.
Reds are playing pretty decent. We can have a little bit better record than we have, but I think we're what 4 or 5 games over 500. Yep. We're like 10-6,
something like that.
Something like that.
Steer and De La Cruz are.
We could very easily be 12 and 13 and 4.
Yeah,
or 3.
Yeah.
But yes, Steer has been playing out of his mind. He was one of our most valuable players last year. If you look team wise, I know De La Cruz has the more star power.
Yeah.
Than what Steer does, but Steer consistency wise if you include last year as well, and then the beginning of this year, Steer's been the man.
And we're 9-6.
9-6. It sucks that McLean's out maybe for the season, but I like the way, and I've been pretty happy with the pitching staff so far. I mean, we've had some struggles, but you're going to have that 162 game season. But I think if we stay healthy by the middle of the season, our starting rotation is going to be pretty good.
Yeah. Stay healthy, it could be really good. Lodano looked great the other night. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I think he could have.
Like I said, Montas has been pitching well.
Yep.
Abbott ain't been pitching too bad. I don't think Ashcraft has had his best stuff yet.
But he ain't been bad.
He ain't been bad, but you know what I mean? I don't think he's had his best stuff.
Yeah, I think we've got the pitchers. I think we got the hitters. We got a team, man. I think we do. I think we can win that division if we can stay healthy.
It's going to be fun. I think Vegas is probably getting ready to get a baseball team if they ever get that finalized with the Athletics, and then they'll have a basketball team here real soon.
I think they will too. The city is just too. I mean, it's a city draws.
You see where hockey team moving to Utah?
Really?
The Coyotes,
Arizona.
Yep.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's the Arizona team that's moving to Utah. Maybe it's not doing good. I guess it's not doing real well in Arizona.
Damon's not real happy with Chicago sports.
Yeah, first he said the Reds cheated, but he was laughing.
Yeah,
he said just kid.
Now White Sox not real. Cubs is not doing bad. They're young. I mean,
they got off to a rough start. Then they went on that run where they won like 5 in a row or something.
Yeah. The Cubs could be decent. Could be good. The Bulls are not great, and Bears. We'll see. See what the Bears do this year.
Bears going to be a playoff team and a Super Bowl contender. If you listen to all these people on TV, they're going to get Caleb Williams, and they're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm worried about Williams. We'll see.
Okay.
Damien, put the Cubs.
Caleb Williams is the next Patrick Mahomes.
Damien, are you a White Sox fan? My family in Chicago are White Sox fans. They're the same as you. F the Cubs.
I say fuck both of them, but
I do want to go to Wrigley though. I like to go to Wrigley.
I would like to go to Wrigley. I haven't been to Wrigley.
I've been to the White Sox stadium. I haven't been to Wrigley.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed.
I wasn't either with the White Sox Stadium. It was all right. Well, the second time I went and seen that Yankee game, I was more impressed with it, and it'd been around for a little while.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him either, Damien. I'm not saying he's not going to be a good player, but I don't think he's going to be what they're building him up to be. I just don't.
After his junior year, I was sold on him. After his midway through his senior year and the shit he was talking, and his dad was in his ear, and his dad talking shit, I'm worried about him.
All right. Well, do you have anything else for today?
Nope, do not. And remember, there's not a GWR tonight.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with that. But we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, if you were, this is kind of more for people around here, maybe some people that travel, but if you were planning on going to the DCCW show this Saturday in Jay County, Invasion, I think it was 5, that has been postponed until September 28th. And also it changed that instead of the Boogeyman going to be there, it's going to be WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle.
Yes.
He was supposed to have been there last year and had a family emergency and had to leave Indiana to go home, but said he would come back this year and make it up. And looks like he's going to.
Yeah, he couldn't when they scheduled in April. So Boogeyman got scheduled. Some things happened with the Boogeyman. He's under a Legends contract. I guess he's going to be used now during that week, so he couldn't do it. And so they postponed it. Got in touch with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle could do it on September 28th. So he's coming in September 28th. That's a Saturday night. So.
And if you had tickets for April, them tickets will still be good for September. I did see a post saying that if you had the tickets that you had for April show will be honored at September 28th.
Real quick, we think I think it's happening. What do you think about Damien thing? I think Uncle Howdy is coming back. They've been doing teases and stuff, but Eric Rowan had dates for a lot of independent shows. He's canceled all those dates that due to contractual commitments. That means he signed with somebody. I think he's going to WWE, and I think he's going to be with Bray's brother. And
I like that. I'm kind of torn on it because I like the idea and I like that they're going to do it.
You know what people some of those.
But there's a part of me that thinks it's too soon. I think they should still let wait maybe another maybe till like
months.
I think I'd wait till maybe like this time. Well, I was gonna say maybe till like this time next year, but I don't know. I just still think the stuff that happened with him passing away and stuff is still so new that if you do this and if people don't, it ain't the way people want it. People are going to turn on you. Boom. Or if you wait a little bit you wait longer. The feelings aren't as fresh with that, and people are going to be more, I think, apt to celebrate what you're doing, whether it's what they envisioned or not. Where I think if you do it now, you're kind of putting yourself in a situation where if you don't do it the right way,
it's risky.
Everybody's going to turn on it.
It's tough. I think they want to give Bo Dallas something to do. He's under contract. They want to give him something to do, and I think it's a good idea.
I wouldn't have a problem with that, Damien. If you done it like that, and that was one of your big, one of your big surprises.
My prediction is going to be a slow burn, and it's going to debut at SummerSlam this year. That's my prediction. We'll see.
But one thing is they got to be careful about going slow because they went too slow when they brought Bray back.
They went too slow last time.
When he came back last time, it was just so slow.
They went too slow.
I wish we'd have got to see what the payoff was going to be from all that, but it was.
One thing about now though, everything's 100%.
Yeah, you don't
Triple H.
Yeah, you don't think you have the back and forth little battle that you were having.
Yeah,
over creativity.
So it's all Triple H now. So, and I have faith in Triple H. So we'll see. Hopefully it works out good, and the fans will be patient and receptive to it.
Oh no, I agree. But we appreciate everybody watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow around 3:00 with another episode. Hope everybody has a great evening.